Like darkness?
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Mega Zero. As you can see, we're here with more Dark Souls 3. In between episodes, I did not grind or anything. I just came back here to get us more. What the hell? Something's up on my screen. Hold up. Whoa. Okay. Everything's fine. But came back here to learn some new skills, give us some more Pyromancy Tomes, and what we need to do first is talk to this lady again.
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart. I too am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that cordial intrusion lays the path to embers. If I can be of help, by all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Well, she actually gives you this gesture, Dark Moon Loyalty, which we'll need for something else. But for right now, what we need to do, I believe we don't have any ashes to give. We have Cinders of a Lord and all that, but what we need to do first is talk to Cortex, because we actually have some more stuff to give him, and we can learn new Pyromancy Tomes, spells. Alright, so we're going to give him the Cartus Pyromancy Tome.
Well, I've never seen anything like this. This inscription. This tome is from the catacombs. Fascinating. On this day, the teacher learns alongside the pupil.
Okay, so now we can learn new Pyromancy Tomes from Carthus, and it's not much. You got Carthus Flame Arc and Carthus Beacon. That's it. Now, here's the thing. If you're doing one that revolves around, damage, you can use the Carthus Beacon, because you can use that for weapons that have a lot of hits. Yeah, the Twin Daggers, the Cestus, things that hit multiple times very, very quickly. So you can use it to build up damage. This chest imbues a fire buff. The buffs that you infuse, I believe, with spells depend on the catalyst you use. And it depends on your stacks, but I think ultimately overall the items, the resins, I think inflict a greater buff upon your items. But anyways, let's give him another one, this time the Izalith Pyromancy Tome.
Ah, what have we here? A Pyromancy Tome from Izalith. Then you've found the home of pyromancy. Brilliant. I will never curse being old and undead again. Now, show it here, quickly. Let us channel them together. The primal pyromancy is known only to old Master Salaman.
Okay, so now we can learn even more pyromancies, and this one gives us Chaos Storm, Great Chaos Fire Orb, which is just Fire Orb, but even more powerful. I believe it leaves a small pile of, molten lava on impact, so we will learn that. And here's the thing. These two Pyromancy Tomes you can't give to him, but you do get some interesting dialogue if you do give to Cornix. Case in point, you remember in the previous episode when we found the Quaylana Tome, they said you can only learn these from a mistress. So, you can try giving it to him, and you get this dialogue here.
Ah, what have we here? By the gods, this inscription reads, Quaylana, the ancient deity, one of the witches of Izalith. The last of them who wandered the lands. Then she must have returned to Izalith after all. But I regret to say, I cannot accept this. Quaylana's pyromancies are for witches, and must be learned from a mistress. But thank you for allowing me to peer upon such a thing. If only I were a woman. Huh.
So, yes, unfortunately you can't learn it from him, because like I said. Now here's another thing, you can't even give him the Grave Warden Pyromancy Tome, because with Quaylana's, he gazed upon it in reverence, in like shock and awe. It's like, oh my goodness, you got this, thank you for letting me see this. But he has a different reaction to the Grave Warden one. Let's see it.
I'm afraid I cannot accept this. This Pyromancy Tome is dark, and delves into the depths of men where an untouchable flame resides. I cannot comprehend this myself, let alone teach it to you. It is a spell forbidden in the Great Swamp, and nearly everywhere else too. Only one terribly afflicted or burdened by deep sorrow could begin to understand this.
So yeah, he won't teach you anything, unfortunately, in regards to that. But we learned a few things, which is good for us.
What is a teacher without a pupil?
Ah, crap. Okay, so my screen went dark, or I should say blue in this case. So, hold up. We got a connection problem here. I'm sorry if you see that. Yeah, there we go. I had to fix it on my side of the screen. I apologize for the brief scene there. But anyways, talk to Andre. I don't think we have any coal, so we're just going to reinforce our Estus flag so we got more to go with. And I don't believe Grey Rat will give us anything new, but we can check in on him just to see.
Oh, hello, you're back. And in one piece. You can keep the ring.
Nope. He doesn't have anything new, so he doesn't.
Goodbye.
Fortunately, yeah, we're going to check up here on Yuria, I believe.
Speak thy honorable.
She still has some items, like you can purchase the Dark Hand. If I use it, it will actually be quite useful on the boss we have coming up. This has no use to us. That might be useful.
Till we meet again.
Do. Remember, I'm not going to complete the side quest for her. And what we need to do right now, because we got a new ring, I believe, because I wasn't fully paying attention. No, we just got the Dark Moon loyalty just. So what we need to do now is level up.
Very well, then take.
What we're going to do is we're going to boost our faith. Oh crap. Okay. So if I don't have enough to boost them evenly, I'm probably just gonna go for attunement. Huh? When did we get? That's endurance. I'm an idiot. That's why. Attunement at 14. But I want to give it a nice even 15, and then I'm gonna just dump it into health. So now we can actually use the Great Chaos Fire Orb that we just learned from Cornix. Oh, we aren't even embered. Hold up. We're gonna use that. And now we're actually closer to the amount of health I'm actually used to having. We're gonna burn these undead bone shards because we got the power of healing on our side. And we're going to challenge a boss today. And here's the thing. I don't think I'm fully ready for this boss because... Hold up. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first use some of the souls and all that so we could get higher on the list. Because I'm thinking that the Dark Hand will actually be enough for us to take out this next boss, because this boss is weak to dark damage. And me using the Fire Orb on them is counterproductive, because as you saw in the last episode, there was a smoke wall indicating a boss encounter. So what we need to do is purchase the Dark Hand. And the Dark Hand is a very powerful early game weapon you can use. And I do say early game because using it later on is counterproductive because it doesn't get stronger. And when I mean it doesn't get stronger, you can't buff it. You can't increase its durability, you can't, what else, durability, you can't increase its capabilities like you can with the Pyromancy Flame like I have here. This Dark Hand, whatever damage you see with it is the damage you get. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to buff a Catalyst that may or may not work, because if you recall, we don't have much in terms of stats. We can't even use this because apparently we need 12 strength in order to use a freaking staff. But let's show off the item is House Flame. Faith adjusts the power of sorceries cast using his cast, and his staff also seems to boost the power of dark sorceries. Ooh, so we're gonna use that.
What neat.
So we're going to reinforce this weapon. And we're going to actually switch out our Pyromancy Flame for the first time in a while. Crap. And yeah, all this time we've just been doing this for setup. We're just getting ready to fight this boss. So what we need is the Izalith staff, and we're going to just wield it with both hands. Whoa. This thing is massive. Look at this thing. I can kind of see why now, but whatever. And we're going to attune a new spell. We're going to attune the spell that we got from the previous boss, or one of the bosses we faced, that being the Deacons of the Deep. And then I keep forgetting we also need to do more crap, because good lord. I'm going to switch that out for this hand, and then do this for this. Because the thing about Dark Sorceries is that they take up more stamina, surprisingly. Dark Sorceries, and I believe Pyromancy's next, take up the most stamina. Transposition. Okay, so we got Soul of the Stray Demon. This gives us the Boulder Heave, which, while impressive, is dumb. And then you have this, Havel's Ring. You need souls in order to get this one, though, unfortunately, so we'll leave it as is. Demon's Great Axe is what we get from the Soul of the Demon, that one that I used the Mimic to kill. And then this one also gives you the Demon's Fist, so if you want to be a Kuma, you might want to use this. And then for the other ones, the Black Serpent, this one is good because you get it from High Lord Volnir, or you can get it get Volnir's Holy Sword, which I wouldn't suggest you get because it's really not that good, so I'll just get the Soul of Volnir. Blood of the Wolf from the Abyss Watchers, you can either get this weapon, the Farron Greatsword, or you get the Wolf Knight Greatsword, but usually getting either or just gives you less souls. I'm not going to use them on Tharja because honestly Tharja is not the character who would use physical weapons other than some builds you do for her. So I'm going to consume the Blood of the Wolf. So yeah, they always ask me, hey, you sure you want to use this? Okay, so we got the Dark Hand, we got a Crest Shield. So now it's time to finally take on this boss because most of the time, yeah, that actually took a while for us doing the setup and just talking and listening to everyone. But I would say it's worth it because you get a bit more lore and you get a bit more insight. So there is a way for us to learn the Dark Pyromancies and the Untitled Tome, because there is another character who we can give this to. But it also is kind of a double-edged sword because you need to go quite a while into the game before you actually can use them. So with this boss coming up, that one over there, I am going to keep the stuff I have on. I'm probably just going to throw one thing onto Tharja because you do negate damage even if, like, just having this on, even though it basically protects you for almost non-existent, is enough to make sure your poison increases and you take less damage. Because say if I didn't have this on, I would take more damage, obviously, even though this one barely protects me and adds to my weight load. But it's time for us to take on our first, well, the only boss of this area. And, as you can see, it's laying down. But when you run towards it, like I do, you get the theme, and I'm just going to punch it in the crotch. Okay. So, this boss, ladies and gentlemen, oh crap, is the Old Demon King. Okay. We're just gonna spam this. As you can see, we're actually getting quite close to doing damage, but like the Dark Hand was doing more damage, but I'm gonna do Steady Chant because that increases their damage. Barely though. Crap. So I'm gonna heal. So yeah. We get better dark spells soon, but, well, I say soon, but it's not really until almost late game. And even in the DLC, because there's really not a whole lot of them. Okay. Okay, now he's gone into his second form. Ow. Okay, now you want to run, because apparently the Old Demon King's been playing Final Fantasy because he casts Meteor. But you really don't have to worry about it as long as you're not super close. Just punching him with the Dark Hand is actually quite effective. Because that's how I used to beat him on most playthroughs. I just grab the Dark Hand, or I just infuse my weapons with Dark Pine Resin. And that does enough damage from there. But as you can see, the boss is actually not too difficult. As you want to be careful if you're a physical build, because even just being in the crotch area can do that. I didn't even see him reel back because I guess I was still in the stun animation and I didn't see him all that much. But as you can see, he's still a quite difficult boss, even though he's like, he's not too bad. You just kind of have to get close to him and be careful. Our last Ember. Hopefully I don't waste it. I didn't waste it. Because if not, then we're actually going to have to play this game how it's intended to be, where you're not embered half the goddamn time. Or you don't like have the skills to just constantly beat this game over and over and over. Okay, so I'm going to use a green blossom to increase our stamina recovery even more. So hopefully, like, all the stamina recovery stack. But Old Demon King, he ain't waiting for you this time. He runs up and he's going to start laying the smackdown on you soon. But in the interest of being smart, I'm going to grab my souls. Because even though it's not really a whole bunch to level up, it's better than nothing in my opinion. This guy just breathed on me. Like I said, you want to kind of like hug the crotch area of the boss. And if when he does like that little breath attack, you want to go away, and you want to go away when he does this. Even though I just dodged that like a boss, I also failed. Okay. And just keep punching him. Or if you're... What the... Okay, what was that? Whatever. Crap. Okay, heal. Okay, so this is a new type of attack he's showing off. Where he summons a fire ring that will generate 4 towards him, and I believe it will, expand outwards. Now, it does have a definite radius. I don't think it ever goes farther out than what you than from what he summons in. He did his meteor attack. He's playing too much Final Fantasy VII, the original one. Jump in close, punch. Okay, now you have to be careful here. This is a little interesting tidbit. If you let Tim do that, the old Demon King explodes, and he's on his last legs. So you can literally do whatever you want. He has exhausted all of his power. So, we're just gonna do this. Beep, beep, beep. If you want to see a little something interesting, if you get too close, he'll try to bat you away. And you look, see, he can't even lift his club. But don't take too much time because he looks like he's getting some of his power back. I had never seen him actually get his power back, but doesn't matter. We win, and the old Demon King is defeated. And we gain the power of his soul. And that went pretty well. Second attempt. So far, so good. And by us having the Shield of Wands and Corvus's Crystal Servant Ring, we got 33,000 souls. We're going to light this bonfire, and we will travel outwards to... we're first going to tune our spell, get the Great Chaos Fire Orb, and we're going to travel to... Where is it? The High Lord Volnir area. Now, if you're doing Omega, why are you going back there? You already defeated the boss of this episode. Well, I want us to go a little bit further beyond. And we will try to go just a little bit further because I want to show off this area. Or at least one of the best looking areas in the game, in my opinion. In regards to why I think it's the best in the game, it's because this area is so massive and so interconnected, but it's also, you know, a good little Easter egg here and there if you know where to look and pay attention. But we're going to take off the Dark Hand because we actually don't need it all that much anymore. You keep a sword in one hand because you never know when you're going to run out of your stats. And we're going to switch our items back to our typical fire-heavy damage output set. Sage Ring and the Great Swamp Ring. We're going to see how fast we can cast Great Chaos Fire Orb, because the higher level the magic, it usually always makes it more difficult to get the stats there. So even at our paltry 10, we can still throw this pretty far, but it does take up quite a bit of attunement from us. So let us actually head further on in, past High Lord Volnir's area. Because even though I find this place, it's a little interconnecting area, and you can always tell when you're in these interconnecting areas because your sign up there in the top left, wherever part of the Covenant you are, will never change. Or let me phrase it, if you're in one that summons you automatically, like the Way of the Blue, Blue Sentinels or Watchdogs of Farron, which summon you automatically to defend an area, they won't do that. They'll be grayed out like we are here. Anyways, you go further, and we reach this. Iridel of the Boreal Valley. I like this place. It just looks so appealing and nice. Like, here we go. Or a Borealis. Anyways, gonna light this bonfire. Bonfire lit. Let's continue on forward. So, not that you can't go that way. So let us go forward here. Now, if you notice this little sign right here, bring a doll to be granted passage. What doll? Well, but pay attention to this. Ha! Ha ha ha! Punch us right at. Be careful of that. We do a lot of damage. As you saw, one headshot did 1,000. Ah, the power of being broken. But anyways, yeah. If I didn't kill that large dog-like creature right there, it would have chased you all the way across here, and you would have to run, hide, and make sure you weren't, well, run past here. Now, as you get closer, it looks like there's a tiny fog wall, not too dissimilar to what you normally see. Well, if you face the Deacons of the Deep, you will have this small doll. This is what you need in order to get here through to the Iridel Boreal Valley. You don't have the doll, you will not go here. As you can see what the effect every time you enter in and exit out. You'll need the doll in order to pass further. Otherwise, you can't go in. Anyways, we'll just collect the items around here. And I actually might just focus more on leveling up my attunement and maybe my stats a bit more. Because right now, we're actually still somewhat low level. Well, no, you're kind of around the level you would be here, like around level 40. 40 to 50 is what I say you would normally be around in this area. But, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the end of the episode. Yeah, I know, a bit of a shorter one, but we accomplished what we needed to. We buffed up our stuff, we got stronger, and we defeated the boss. So with that, everyone, my name is Omega Zero, and I will catch you all later when we explore Iridel, the Boreal Valley.
Like darkness,